How'd you find out about this?
The internet.
Internet, yeah.
How else?
Yeah.
How'd you all find out about this event?
Facebook.
And you?
Social media.
Social media.
An email.
They were like, Bernie's coming tomorrow. I was like, Bernie, he's coming.
We got an email from Bernie himself that said,
Bernie himself?
My mom emailed me.
Facebook.
Facebook.
And you?
Facebook.
Emails.
Emails?
We got an email yesterday at 5:30 p.m.
Everyone got an email.
NPR.
Facebook.
Bernie.com. Follow him on Facebook.
We got an email, I believe.
And
From
you?
the campaign, yeah.
internet,
Email.
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 On the news.
I found out through a Facebook group.
How'd you find out about this?
From me.
From your dad. And how'd your dad find out?
Friends on Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook and word of mouth. Yeah, Facebook.
On Facebook.
I heard it on KUT yesterday.
Same thing? KUT.
Facebook.
How did you find out about this?
I found out from my wife.
And how did your wife find out about
I
it?
found out from my cousin.
And how'd your cousin find out?
I signed up for the email and I got an email saying,
A buddy of mine told me about it.
And you?
Brother. Via social media. Go Facebook and Instagram.
I found out from a friend of mine
still
who's
kind of
from
being close to
Australia.
this. We were at the movies yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
I actually.
You were at the movies.
And they told us that there was a rally today.
It's all on my Facebook.
Facebook.
All right, cool.
Facebook.
I got an email via BernieSanders.com and dragged my mom with me.
And how'd you find out about this? You don't have to. Just play. How did you find out about this? Are you a Bernie baby? Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
How you doing? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Senator Hector Uribe. Welcome to the revolution! Welcome independents, Republicans, and Democrats. Our corrupt political system has made it possible with the help of politicians to rig our economy so that wealth flows to the very top, the wealthiest of the wealthy. But even low information, conservatives and evangelicals are catching on to the fact that the system is rigged. They know they've been conned by the Republican establishment, and they've rejected, at least up to this point, the Republican establishment candidates. Unfortunately, they're being conned again, this time by a super salesman, with a message of fear, anger, hate, and invective. Our messenger and our message is different. Our messenger has a message of hope and caring. And I hear that the messenger, Bernie Sanders, is on his way. Jim Hightower. Hello, Austin. Hello, Texas. Hello, revolutionaries. Welcome to this palace of populism.
It was built for rich people, but today it belongs to the real people. It just makes me happier than a flea at a dog show to be standing up here looking out at all of you Bernieistas. And by the way, we got better than 6,500 here. We got about 2,000 more still trying to get in. We're setting a record here in Austin. Thank you for cranking up the burn here in Texas, and what a joy it is to be introducing my longtime friend who's making this truly historic, truly revolutionary run for the White House, going right at the plutocratic, autocratic, kleptocratic, corporate elites who are knocking down the middle class and holding down the poor people.
We are listening to working people who say, Bernie, I can't make it on $9 or $10 an hour. I can't make it for myself, and I can't make it for my family. And that is why we need to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And when we go around the country, we talk to seniors and we talk to disabled veterans. And what they say is, Bernie, we can't make it on $10,000, $11,000 a year Social Security. Nobody can make it on $10,000, $11,000 a year. Now, Republicans have come up with a brilliant idea that they want to cut Social Security. That is a crazy idea. That is an immoral idea. And I am the only Democratic candidate who is saying, no, we're not going to cut Social Security. We're going to expand Social Security. And by the way, we're not going to continue allowing veterans in this country to sleep out on the street. We're going to make sure that our veterans get the benefits and the health care that they earned. And when I travel throughout this country, we talk to a lot of young people. And what the young people tell me is, Bernie, why does it happen that I am now $50,000, $100,000 in debt for simply trying to get a decent education? How many people here have student debt? Unbelievable. This is an epidemic of debt. And I want you all to think about this, because this is what this campaign is about. It is thinking outside of the box, thinking outside of the status quo. And I want all of you to think, everybody here knows that in America we need the best educated workforce possible in a competitive global economy. Everybody here knows that education and learning is inherent in being a human being. Why are we punishing people for getting the education they want and need? And that is why we have legislation in that will significantly lower student debt in this country. And we, as we go around the country, are listening to women. And what women are saying is, why is it that we are earning 79 cents on the dollar compared to men? And what African American and Latino women are saying, that gap is even greater. Now, you and I know that there is no rational economic reason for women to be earning less than men for doing the same work. That is nothing but just old-fashioned sexism. And I know that every man here today will stand with the women and fight for pay equity. And when we travel the country, we are listening to our African American brothers and sisters. They are saying, how does it happen that in this country we have more people in jail than any other country on earth, largely African American, Latino, and Native American? They are asking, how does it happen that mothers are afraid to send their kids out on the street and are worried about police violence? And what we are saying together is that we will fight to end institutional racism. We are not going to allow the Trumps of the world to divide us up. That we are going to bring major reforms to a broken, very broken criminal justice system. As I travel around the country, we meet with a lot of Latinos. And what the Latino community is saying is that we work hard, we are tired of living in the shadows, we are tired of living in fear, we want comprehensive immigration reform, and we want a path toward citizenship. While there are some people in this country who may disagree about how we go forward with immigration reform, I would hope that every American would stand up against the xenophobia and against the racism that we are hearing. It is not acceptable to refer to Mexicans who come into this country as criminals, as rapists, as drug dealers. As a nation, we have come too far in fighting racism and bigotry. We will not allow that language to stand. This is what is so enormously gratifying. You know what the average contribution is? This is a smart audience. That's why we're going to win. Now think about it. Think about it. This is a campaign of the people, by the people, and for the people. And one of the major reasons that we have lost millions of good paying jobs in so many factories is disastrous trade policies. I'm talking about NAFTA, CAFTA, permanent normal trade relations with China, and I'm talking about the proposed TPP. I want to tell you a story. I was elected to Congress in the House from Vermont in 1990, and shortly afterwards, I was already walking picket lines in opposition to NAFTA. I knew what NAFTA was about. And what NAFTA was about was telling American workers that they were going to have to compete against people who were making pennies an hour in Mexico and in other countries around the world. Now, everybody here wants to see low-income people in Mexico and countries around the world do better. We're going to fight to make that happen. But you don't have to destroy the American middle class to make that happen. Secretary Clinton voted for the war in Iraq. So there are very significant differences between us. In 1996, some of you may remember that there was a piece of homophobic legislation called the so-called Defense of Marriage Act. I am proud to tell you that I was one of the relatively few members of the Congress to vote against that homophobic legislation. Secretary Clinton supported that bad piece of legislation. Now, the reason that we are doing so well in this campaign is the American people know that there is something wrong in our country when the top 0.1% now own almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. They know there is something wrong when we see a proliferation of millionaires and billionaires at the same time as we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. So you want a radical idea? We are going to create an economy that works for working families, not just the 1%. To do is take on the greed and the recklessness and the illegal behavior of Wall Street. Together, what we are going to do is break up these banks. And I'll tell you what else we are going to do. We are going to make public colleges and universities in this country tuition free. And we are going to pay for that by a tax on Wall Street speculation. When Wall Street's greed and illegal behavior destroyed this economy, Congress bailed them out. Now it is Wall Street's time to help the working families in this country. And let me tell you something else. And I know that many of the leaders here in Texas, your political leaders, may not agree. They are wrong, I'm right. I sit on the Senate Committee on the Environment and the Senate Committee on Energy. And here's the truth. I have talked to scientists all over this world. And despite what some of the Republicans may tell you, climate change is real Climate change is caused by human activity, and it is already doing devastating harm in this country and around the world. We have the moral responsibility to leave this planet in a way that is healthy and habitable for future generations. Real change in this country never comes from the top on down. It always comes from the bottom on up. You want to hear crazy? Yeah! Here's crazy. 1 out of 5 Americans who go to the doctor and get a prescription cannot afford to fill that prescription. That's crazy. I believe that health care is a right of all people, not a privilege. And that is why I believe we have got to move toward a Medicare for all health care program. I believe that not only can we win this Democratic nominating process, but we can defeat Trump and defeat him soundly. We will defeat Trump because the American people do not believe, as Trump does, that we should be giving hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks to the top 0.2%. We will defeat Trump because he is wrong when he says we should not raise the minimum wage above $7.25 an hour. We will defeat Trump because he is wrong when he says in a Republican debate, if you can believe it, that wages in America are too high. We will defeat Trump because he is wrong when he thinks that climate change is a hoax. It is not a hoax, it is a tragic reality. We will defeat Trump because the American people do not want a president who insults Mexicans, Muslims, who insults women and African Americans and veterans, and basically anybody who is not like Donald Trump. And thankfully, most Americans are not like Donald Trump. We will win because togetherness trumps divisiveness. Community trumps selfishness. And love trumps hate. With your help, we can take a giant step forward in moving this political revolution. If we win here in Texas on Tuesday, with your help, we will. Thank you all very much.
From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. to the Gulf Stream War. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York.